Get in here. See if people are getting the notifications so we can ride on this. Maybe I should have gave out a warning. But I'll wait for a few people to get in here. If anybody's going to get in here, let's talk about some shit. I got a lot to say tonight. Some shit to get off my chest. So we'll see what happens. Alan Holder, Lily, what's up, my friend? Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to get off my chest tonight, and I hope it don't offend anybody. It's not about you. It's not about regular people, shit like that. But I got a lot of shit to say. About the system, about what's been going on with the system, and everything like that. Plus, we'll get into some updates about high-profile cases and all that type of shit there. But Alan, what's been going on, man? Lily, how are you? I should have put out a notification a few hours ago. Good to see you, and can't wait to hear it. Yeah, I'm hoping some more people get in here, or I might have to put out a post and let them know I'm going live and restart the thing. Good, I'm glad to hear that. Lily, you're from around the way, ain't you? You're from Philly? Eddie, what's going on, man? Just waiting for a few more people to get in here so I can talk about what I want to talk about. I might as well start now. So, first of all, I want to talk about Eminem. All right, I'm going to talk about Eminem. I grew up a huge Eminem fan, right? Like back in the mid early to mid 2000s, like Eminem was the shit. Like everybody fucked with Eminem, right? But I don't know what happened to dude, man. He's on stage endorsing Kamala Harris, right? Which, I don't got nothing against her personally, but her policies are shit, right? I think she's just another extension of Joe Biden. But what Eminem don't realize with his hatred for, I don't want YouTube to hide this video, but you know what I'm talking about. The felon. His problems with Trump, fuck it. But what he don't realize is back in the early 2000s, he was Trump. He spoke his mind. He didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He said what he had to say. He caused controversy. The media went after him with everything they got. The government went after him. The SEC or whatever went cold at Eminem. You'd think he would, real would recognize real and this and that. Eminem had a message. Trump got a message. Things like that. That just really aggravated me with Eminem, man. I was really shocked and disappointed. I really was. Now, enough of that. I want to talk about, how the system, everything is tied together when it comes to the system, right? So they keep jail conditions, and most of these jails. I'm gonna talk about jail because people can still beat their case. Most of these jails are privately funded, which means they have the money. They have the money, right? They keep these jails in such shit conditions, putting people in there with dudes who don't give a fuck that they're there. You know what I'm saying? They want to be there. I met a lot of dudes in jail that wanted to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably can guess. A lot of people turned themselves in to fucking get into jail, right? So you stick a young dude, right? Let's say like an 18-year-old kid, man. Because I was the one who got booked at 18. I had no juvenile shit. I went straight to the majors, right? So when when they keep the jail conditions shit and they feed you that garbage ass food, you know what I'm saying? Never come around, clean up cells, repaint cells. They got you living in straight dungeons, right? That's all by design. So the DA, they know you're gonna cop out. They know you're gonna take that first plea deal. A lot of people. I've seen dudes take 10 years probation, just like Young Thug, and I'm about to get into that in a second. But, it's all designed by the powers that be to fucking get their convictions, keep their conviction rate up, and hopefully make become partners in a major law firm. Now let's talk about Young Thug, man. I was kind of disappointed when he took that plea deal. I didn't think he had to. I think he had I think he had the basis to beat that case. There were so many mistakes made by that prosecution. Let me just say this. Atlanta, Fulton County, has to have the worst district attorney's office in the country. In the country. They have to have the worst, right? So many mistakes. They broke so many rules, went through 3 judges. If I'm Young Thug and I'm sitting there, I'm like, look, like, there ain't no way the jury's gonna believe these people. They put a dude on the stand who said, yeah, man, I just made all that shit up to get out of trouble. Like, what? That should be a case ender right there. You know what I mean? Like, Thug don't realize how long fucking 15 years of probation is. Especially when you're getting random piss tests and shit like that. 15 years is a long time to walk off. If that was me, man, I would have stayed in there and I would have rumbled it. He rumbled it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? He had 2 of his boys snitch on him, and it was still looking good for him. Now, when they came to try to make a deal, the prosecution who made all these fucking mistakes and blew up that case, they came at him and said, "Oh, we recommend 25 years." Like, the balls on these people. Like, I couldn't believe when I seen that he took a deal. But he must be at a place in his life where he feels like, yeah, man, I can walk that off. But I'm telling you, Thug, like, you might never probably see this video, man, but 15 years is hard to walk off, man. Like random piss tests, which mean you can't smoke weed at all. You can't be around convicted felons. A lot of rappers nowadays are convicted felons. You know what I mean? You rumbled that case for fucking 2.5 years. You had him, bro. You really had him. Like, in my opinion, from everything I've seen and I heard from that case, he had him. But just wasn't meant to be, man. Let me get to a couple comments before I jump out. Unless anybody got some questions for me. Eddie, what's up? William O'Riordan. What's going on, man? Ireland. Ireland in the building. Ohio, okay. Pull it out. Don't know what that means. I guess what I had to say. Oi. Where you from? Tamili Maria. I'm Spanish. I'm using the translator. Okay. Jeanette, how are you? I'm glad you're back on YouTube lately. I'll be watching anytime you post or go live, buddy. I appreciate that, Jeanette. I really appreciate your support. Yeah, man. Ask me anything. We can make it an open forum about this. Like, ask me anything if you got a question. If it wasn't the fact that he's guilty. Guilty has nothing to do with it, bro. Guilty has nothing to do with whether you beat a case or not. It just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many guilty dudes beat a case, whether on a technicality, whether on the prosecution fucking up like they fucked up. Like I seen so many dudes beat cases even though they were guilty. You know what I'm saying? It's on them to prove it. If they don't prove it, you could be guilty as sin. You're still walking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of people say that, yeah, he took that deal because he was guilty. Nah, that's not always the case. Let me clear that up, right? That people only take deals when they're guilty. No, that's not true. That's not true. Like I said earlier about the jail conditions and how they keep it that way to fucking keep people in there and shit like that and get people to tap out. Nah, like there's a lot of innocent people taking deals just to get the fuck out of there. There's a lot of guilty people taking deals, of course. But just because you took a deal don't mean, you know what I'm saying? It don't mean you're guilty. And I was watching a video about it, about the plea deal, and somebody said, damn, what the fuck they say? I just had it in my mind. I forgot about it. Let me read another comment and think about it. I seen innocent people be found guilty, be found innocent. Yeah, people beat cases all the time. Like I seen so many people that looked like they were dead to rights, and it's, if it was a drug case, the chain of custody got fucked up, and they wind up spanking the case, guilty as shit, never expecting to go home again. You know, beat the case. Oh, I seen somebody on a comment say, "Oh, if he took a deal, that means he told on somebody." Man, a plea deal does not mean you told on anybody. Like, where are these people getting their information from? People that never seen the street, people that never will see the street. Good for them. I'm glad. I wish I never would have got involved in the street, but taking a plea deal don't mean you told on anybody. Like, who was he going to tell on? They were focused on him. They wanted him. He was the boss. Who's the boss going to tell on? I mean, give me a break. Like, I don't think he was moving weight like that to where he was going to tell on fucking El Chapo's right hand man. Like, just because you take a plea deal don't mean you told on anybody, especially when you're the boss, when you're the headline of the case. They don't want to hear, most of the time, they don't want to hear shit from you if you're the headline of the case. Let me get back to the comments. I paroled in absentia from Dallas County Jail. Have you ever heard of PIA? Nah, what's that? A prison? I was in prison with a woman doing life who was innocent. The toxicology expert was a liar. Never even went to college. Yeah, I mean, they'll just put anybody on the stand, put a a title on him, like he's an expert forensic analysis scientist, you know, and the dude's a fucking private investigator or some shit. They play these games all the time. It's all a show. Once you get in front of a jury, it's all a show. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all hoping that, these 12 people will believe you. It's just, it's a joke, man. The criminal justice system is a joke. Now let's talk about Diddy real quick, man. I heard that, and shout out to JD Delay. I heard this from him. Respect, brother. I respect what you do. I like most of your videos. But yeah, he was talking about that he was complaining about the conditions so bad that the FBI raided it to check out the conditions. Like I said, I got this secondhand. But like if that's the case, man, like you know how many people suffered in that jail? Like that's a rough one. The MDC in New York, that's a tough one, man. I believe it's in Brooklyn. That's a tough fucking jail, especially when you're in the shoe. 23 and a half hour lockdown. Like, yeah, conditions are going to be fucked up. What do you think? Like, the shit they're saying that you did, bro, and you're complaining about conditions? What about the conditions of the 10-year-old boy that you allegedly scraped? What about his conditions? What about what he went through? and you got the balls to sit there and bitch that the jail's too fucked up. You know, getting your lawyer to make all these kind of appeals and shit like that to get you up out of there. Let me give you a little glimpse into the future, my man. You ain't going fucking nowhere. So you might as well get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You might as well order as much commissary as you can, which I think is only like 300 a month or something like that. So you ain't gonna be able to afford all that baby oil. So you might have to cut down on your baby oil habit. But like fucking them conditions been fucked up for years, man. And no FBI went in there to check it out and see what's going on before. Why does this dude get special privileges? Right? Like it's just insane to me. Paroled from jail without going Dallas County area. Paroled from jail without going to prison. I guess that's some kind of special release. It sounds like a special release situation. Anybody got any questions for me? Like anything to add to any of this that I talked about? Let's chop it up. I'm ready for that Eagles game tomorrow, man. Any mob dudes where you did time at? No, but I'll tell you what, my uncle Dominic, he was an ex-biker, used to spend a lot of time in South Philly. He was real good friends with Tony Bananas, Caponegro. If you don't know who Tony Bananas is, this was way back. He's the one who got permission to whack Angelo Bruno because he was trying to take over the family. And then New York set him up and said it was all good, but then when he did it, New York called him to a meeting and tortured the shit out of him because he whacked the balls. See, they wanted Angelo gone, but my uncle was real good friends with him. Overcrowded system in 1995. Yeah, I mean, it's been overcrowded forever. You know what I'm saying? The jails have been overcrowded forever, man. Yeah, thanks, Jeanette. Yo, hit that like button, man. It really helps me out. It really pushes my stuff out there. I don't ask you guys like that, man. But if you can hit the like button, it's free. I appreciate you guys, man. I always do. I always will. Celebs always think they should get special treatment. You want to be a criminal, then you do time like the rest of us. Just my opinion. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's how the game is played, man. I mean, did Diddy really think he was going to get away with like the newest allegations against him now? Did he really think he was going to get away with that shit? Scraping a 10-year-old? What? Bro, you better hope you don't make it on the main line, which he's going to. He can't stay in PC forever. Unless like when they let him out of PC, he takes off on a guard every time. Damn, what was that movie that every time they let the dude out of the hole, he would punch the shit out of a CEO and go right back to the hole before he even touched the main line. I forget. There was a movie where a dude was scared to go to population and he just stole off on the cop every time. But yeah, man, I'm gonna duck out of here at 20 minutes, man. I just want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. I really appreciate you guys, man. Anybody that's not subscribed, which I believe everybody in here is subscribed, I appreciate you guys, man. But if you're not, hit the subscribe button, man. It really helps me out. You know what I'm saying? It's free. Just, hitting the subscribe button really helps me out. But yeah, man, I'm going to get out of here at the 20-minute mark, man. I appreciate everybody that's been here tonight. I'm going to start doing more live streams. So yeah, this is Kenzo, State Road Show. And remember, it's cuffing season. Don't give them no fucking reason. I'm out.